Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Brenda Generali, and I'm with Joyful Living Services. I'm here with Joy, and Joy is one of my first graduates. We've known each other for a long time. I still remember the day that she passed her IPA exam, and we were just talking about that and all the memories that are before that and after that. And she's here. She's going to talk a little bit about her life and what she's doing with her life. So, welcome, Joy.
Thanks, Brenda. Well, as my name is Joy Flory Brown. Flory's my birth name, and Brown is what I took when I married my husband. And he's a chiropractor, and I've been working in his office for the last 47 years, 45 years. And and I've always supported him in what he does. And he's the type of chiropractor who only takes care of the spine. He doesn't do any nutritional. He's just Patients are in our office for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then they're gone with a healthy functioning spine. But he doesn't go into all the other wonderful holistic things. And so, and that has been and then I raised 3 kids and three only children is what I call them, because one's 56 from my husband's first marriage, and we had full custody of him. One that's 39, and then there was our immaculate conception, who is 26, and he is the light of my life. And so, so that's kind of the personal part of me. And 19 years ago, my husband almost died from a dental cleaning, and it took them 8.5 months to diagnose him. And because they kept on looking for cancer, and he kept saying, "It's not cancer. I don't know what it is, but it's not cancer." And every invasive test they did, he got sicker and sicker. And so finally, it was this wonderful nephrologist that was part of the Penn Presbyterian hospitals in Philadelphia, and he took a look at him and listened to our story. And a half hour later, pulled down his eyelid and saw these red dots. And anybody who knows about any kind of medicine, that's called petechia. And he says this is the only indication that this may be endocarditis. Well, again, making a long story short, it was, and he had to have 2 heart valves repaired and two heart valves replaced and one repaired. So it was my job to help get him on the health track, because medical doctors, as you probably know, they're great at fixing parts. But when it comes to the whole, you need something else. And for health, they are good at what is called allopathic medicine, which is dealing with the symptoms. But let's get to the cause. And that's where health professionals like Brenda and acupuncturists, acupressurists, and nutritionists, a lot of nutritionists, not all, but you've got to find your way through these things. And so I knew about iridology way back when. I'm going to say it was back in 1999. And I went to a holistic hospital, and the medical doctors were talking about iridology back then. I don't know if I ever told you that, Brenda, or not.
Mm-mm.
But that was when I thought it fascinating, but I was too busy raising kids and working with my husband as the chiropractic educator in the office, and training our employees, etc. So anyway, get back to 19 years after this whole endocarditis thing, his heart valves started relaxing, and the chambers in his heart started relaxing. And so we had to do some more medical stuff to get him back to health. And with that, I started thinking about what would I do if my husband wasn't around. And then somehow I got onto your webpage. And I don't know, I can't remember how that happened, Brenda, but I got onto the iridology um, site. And I thought, wow, this, like, you ever feel like this makes sense? This makes sense. And so I started following that a little bit more. And then I found out about the classes that Brenda had. And I thought, I want to do this. And as Brenda said, I didn't tell my husband right away because, it's kind of like, oh, honey, I'm going to go off and do my own thing. And it just didn't seem right. But then when he had this scare back a few years ago, just before the whole pandemic thing started, I said, I think this is time for me to start taking over. And so I took Brenda's courses and I finished uh, not exam, the first, what do you call them, Brenda? I'm trying, I have a
Level
brain fart
one,
right now.
level one,
What's that?
level
Level
one.
one. I took level one, I passed it. I took level two, I passed it. And by the time um, it was 2021, and I was 63 years old, I think, 63, 64. And I thought, I can do this. It's a 4-hour test. I can do this. And Brenda was so supportive and loving. Thank you. I thank Jesus for bringing you into my life, Brenda, because I had 15 seconds left at the end of the test. And I finished and I'm breathing deep because that's what you do when you're in anxiety tetanic. You breathe. And Brenda's calling me. How'd you do? How'd you do? Did you finish? Oh, shh. Shh. I need to breathe more. Give me a minute. And I did. And then I guess I had a glass of wine then. You remember that. I don't remember that. But oh, and then if this is the day before IPA is going on Christmas vacation. And I get a thing in the immediately, how after you take the test, you get your results. And it said I failed. Do you remember that?
No,
And I'm like,
I
wait
didn't
a minute.
remember
Because they give you the scores also. And there was only one that was under 90, and that was 87. How could I have failed? And Brenda says, well, I'll go to, you just hang on. I'm going to call them right now and find out. And then you called me back and I was like, yeah, they made a mistake. It was a glitch in the system, maybe because they were going on vacation the next day or something. I don't know. But it's like you just put me at ease. And that's the wonderful thing that I love about Brenda is like being an anxiety tetanic, which if you've taken the course or looked at any of her stuff online, you know what that is. And we tend to overthink things. We tend to have 5 irons in the fire at all times, and on to the next new thing. And then we stress about it.
that.
And so you were so great at calming me down and saying, no, you passed with flying colors. And do you want to be an instructor? No, I am not built for being an instructor. She has so much patience. Brenda has so much patience with people, and I want to just smack people upside the head sometimes. So I said, yeah, I am not instructor material, but boy, do I appreciate you. So that's the part about Brenda that I love, and how well you explain things. I still hate drawing eyes, and every once in a while I have to do it, but I'll do it for you, Brenda.
uh,
Anyway.
so where are you from?
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to say that too, wasn't I? I am from New Jersey and from the South Jersey. We are. It's a whole different thing than North Jersey, and Jackie can tell you. Jackie is another wonderful iridologist, And we are going to be moving within the next couple months to South Carolina near Myrtle Beach. We bought 6.5 acres of land, and I intend to do a little bit more videos on that. I started a community online, which I don't think I told you, Brenda, because I don't have it up and running it yet because I'm like, oh, should I? And that perfectionist thing comes in me, and I think I just need to do it. It's called All Natural Community, Almost Natural Woman. And because my approach is an almost natural, like you can't do everything perfect. And so, but you can clean things up so that you can live a better, healthier life. And anybody who's thinking of taking an iridology course, you can add other things into it and integrate it with iridology and make everything make so much sense. Does that make sense to you, Brenda?
That makes total sense. So your
Okay.
goals are, what are your goals then when you get to South Carolina? Is this something?
Well, we will be officially retired. My husband's been in chiropractic practice for the last 54 years, and here we are now, saying, okay, he's 80 and it's time to retire. And so we plan on moving down there. I will start a practice down in that area for iridology, and also I will be incorporating different products that I really love, and I'll have them up on my site, and we'll be an affiliate also with All Natural Products and health related items and books, etc. And I'm in the middle of writing a book too, so incorporating what I call the 5 keys to optimal health. I used to say excellent health, but you got to start where it is that you are. And not everybody has all their parts with them. Some people have mechanical this and artificial that, but maybe you can clean up some things and make it easy. And that's what I want to do for people.
That's excellent. That's some great goals. You can really help a
Thanks.
lot of people.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Well, thank you so much for sharing everything that you shared with us about your life and everything that you've been doing with your husband. And he's 80 years old and he's still a chiropractor. That's
Yep.
amazing. That's
And
amazing.
I'm 67 now. And I just want people to know out there, it doesn't matter what your age is. Just start. Start somewhere. If you don't like what it is that you're doing, if you don't feel right about something, change it. And maybe it has to do with your mental outlook. Maybe it has to do with, how you're feeling in your body, but you can do things. Just make a decision. And this is something, it just, how you have those aha moments. And I know I'm kind of going over, sorry,
No, that's
but you
fine.
have those aha moments where you say, oh. So that I was going into my son's apartment building, and this guy, he was just so well built, and he was in, one of those skinny white t-shirts. And I said, wow. Now he's like 20 something. And I said, you got such a great build. Good for you. Keep it up. Like a mother would say to their kids. And he said, I was 100 pounds heavier last year, but I made a decision to get better. And he says, and he's pumping up his well-built chest, and he said, and he was just so proud of himself. And I said, I'm proud of you too. So it's just about making a decision. Make a decision. That's all. And if iridology sounds like a good thing with you, follow Brenda. I mean, all the IPA instructors are amazing. And I'm going to say that because I've dealt with Kathy Norris and Michael Salas, which I don't think he's an instructor, but and Ellen Jensen. They're just wonderful. See who fits well with you, and then go with that, and make that part of your decision too. something. Just make a decision. Okay, I'm done now.
All right. So thank you, Joy, for spending this time with us and for sharing all this information with us and for being willing to be here today. I'm really glad to hear that, your goals for South Carolina. And I'm here if you need anything when you get everything rolling. I want to hear all
Thank you.
about it.
Thank you. Mwah, 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 mwah.
All right. Have a nice day.
Thanks. You too, Brenda.